I didn't put anything under old business, but I will talk about the symbol committee. There's not been a lot of change. I was waiting until we knew what teachers were going to be on here, which I didn't find out until the end of last week. So now we can talk about, we need to, as I mentioned last month, we need to sort of form a new committee. And then we'll go through the responses from, also I've talked to some of the former people on the committee who are no longer interested in being on it. So we've got to get a new committee going. And then we can, the process, we've already done one survey. I wish Michelle had stayed just a couple more minutes so that we could talk with her. She was also on the committee. We need to go through, we did the survey in the spring, just kind of asking everyone. I'm in the process of narrowing it down to the top 10 or 15 options. Then we'll send out a survey again and narrow it down hopefully to 3, and then the students will choose from those top 3 choices. But so that between now and our November meeting, Maureen, we still want to be on it?
So like, who is still in?
You and me.
Oh, that's what I was about to
And I'm hoping Michelle, I'm hoping, I'm sure that
I can
Michelle.
help
Um,
I'll text Michelle right now and see if she still wants to be on it.
Is 3 okay, or did you have a?
Well, I think what we'd like to get is we can get
Like a
student
LSC
staff.
right,
No,
so
we have 3 LSC members, we have an LMA.
we will,
Yeah.
no, but we will, yeah, that's the other problem.
Not
is-
to like shoot.
No, I know.
It's okay.
So just for you out there and the stress here, we've also had OMA requests. We've only had 2 people from the LSC on the meeting before, so we didn't have to comply with the OMA, and that made people upset not to have minutes and things like that. So we need to be mindful of who's on the committee, how many people are on the LSC. In the past, we had 2 people from the LSC and 3 students, Michelle from the Alumni Association, Ms. Thompson, who was not on the LSC at the time, oversaw us, but now she has higher priority things to work on. And we had Mr. Tejas, who is a teacher and an alum. And he's,
And 3 students.
yeah, and 3 students. And Mr. Tejas is just coaching too many things now to really be working on it. So we've sort of got to rethink how we're going to go, who would like to be a part of it, how we can logistically do it.
So let's talk about how we want to do that. So we want at least one staff, 2 students. I mean, now that we got through the initial, could we be fine with 5? We don't want to take 3 months to put together a committee, because
No.
we're going to meet, right? So we need to move on quick on this.
So the bulk of the work was done already.
Yeah,
Right,
and the
that's
both,
why-
and really, I mean, I guess really I could, we don't really need a huge
Other than having a couple discussions.
About it,
like,
once
should
we-
we get time?
I can search for a staff member, within the building if you want me to do that, I can do that. And I can even ask the students, we have various student leader groups.
Yeah,
Or we can ask someone from athletics, like an athlete, to participate. Because I think we
The
have-
staff is also involved in the
I
team.
think the library
which
would
is
be
nice.
great because she's student council and she's a cheerleader.
She
but she's
is, I
involved
think
in a bajillion things,
Just
so,
like Alex.
yeah.
But either one of them would be great. But I know that their cheerleaders are headed into their competition season.
Yeah.
So I think it might depend on how many hours, but honestly, the bulk of the work is done. It's really just a matter of getting the new stuff out. But I can search for 2 students, and I.
Yeah, 2 students and 1 staff, I think
Or a
maybe
staff
5.
member that is also a late tech graduate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you could get one more, if you get a staff member / alum on it, that would be great.
We have
But
one.
certain is great.
Right. Well, that Nick would be great too, but he's awfully busy.
Yes.
Um,
I'll also work with Deanna for the students, just to see if she can, it can't be her, though, she's
Right,
really
because-
busy too, but.
And she's
she's
on the
on the
list,
list.
so then that adds the whole.
Can we pull a gavel in? Mr. Legawa?
That's what I just said, I think that would be great, but basketball season's gonna be starting soon too, so between basketball and. I mean, he would be ideal since he's in charge of all athletics and therefore,
I still talk to him because he might have a recommendation.
or maybe now that Ms. Millsap is no longer here.
Actually, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I thought Jake Millsap was
Yeah.
It's probably what.
Not that the attitude was-
Very good, thanks.
Never seen her enough, so.
Okay.
I mean,
She
not
will.
that- Not that this was, but I think.
That's true.
Huh? Very good dollars.
Yeah, I know, I talked to Jerry about it and he doesn't wanna, he did his stint here, very gratefully, but he, yeah, he
There's a
doesn't.
couple other teachers that are linked.
Yeah,
Ms. Millsap is too.
Yep.
She's a link.
We'll take anybody.
Yeah, we'll take it. She doesn't wanna open that
We're also late tech graduates.
can of worms for
And I do feel
himself.
like the alumni have a strong stake in this for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
So the more representation of that group we can get, the better.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe some young alums or some alums, I don't know, that are around. In the area with one outside. Maybe, I don't know. Well, but so, November, hopefully we will,
We'll have a committee and we'll draw them through the first survey.
Yeah.
That's our goal by the November meeting.
yes.
Well, should we do 2 staff, 2 students, because Michelle, that gives us 7 on an odd number? Would that be
Michelle Weiner?
I'm waiting, yeah, I just texted her, I'm waiting to see if she, oh, thank you. Right, Debbie and Michelle with the Alumni Association.
Hi, everyone.
Yes,
It's nice to see you.
It's so lovely to see you.
Parts of you anyway. So I see some parts of new faces, but you can't have one of these because I don't have enough.
Is that
I know we got one in the mail. You got one too, but you are featured heavily in this issue.
Oh.
Do I need to stand or sit for your?
Whatever you're, we're being streamed, I think, from that, so
Yes.
I guess standing.
You can stand so they can see you.
So they can see you and hear you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm Michelle Weiner. I'm president of the Lane Tech Alumni Association. For those of you who we haven't met, the association is 36 years old this year. And we have been busy. I haven't seen anybody in a while, so I'm going to give you kind of a quick update of what we've been doing since June. And if this is repetitive for some of you, that's okay. So we finished our scholarship program in June. $184,500 was awarded to 24 students. And this is the kind of the philanthropic cornerstone of the Alumni Association. Our cumulative amount awarded since the inception of the program is $2.3 million now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty good. And just to give you an idea of the pace, we gifted our first million in over 28 years. The other 1.3 million has been in the last 7 years.
Wow.
So we're pretty excited, yeah. Later in June, we welcomed our new director, Samantha Quinones, class of 2008. So we're millennialized now, it's very exciting. And she was a lacrosse player and is very excited about her new role. Oh, and also Herb Berg is here from our executive committee, he's class of 67. So welcome, this is his first LSC meeting.
Welcome.
Always
Thank you.
So in June, in addition to receiving a new director, we received several thousand gallons of water into our building when the water main broke. And it impacted it up, decided to flow right into our plant storage area.
Oh, no.
So we have been busy for many weeks. But it's all good, great insurance. And thanks to Herb, who's sitting over there, who spent months organizing things, we suffered very little damage. So we're very lucky about that. But it has prompted us to start digitizing our collection. So everything from 1908 freshman beanie to shop projects, you name it. So it'll take years. Let's see. We're starting 2 new groups for members. One, and this should be interesting to some parents, is a Next Gen Advisory Council. So if you have students who have graduated who are 21 years or older, have them send a resume. And the other group is Varsity Coffee Hour, which is for our oldest members who have lost many friends and don't have any classmates left. So we're doing that. September 3rd, we had our first in-person outing, our golf outing. And it was great to see everybody, and we raised money for the grant program. September 8th, we had you mentioned this in the last meeting. We had a fantastic celebration and plaque dedication for the 50th anniversary of female students entering Lane. So that was really exciting. That launched a virtual discussion series, 3 segments. The first was the history of coeducation. The next one is November 30th, female firsts. And then the last one will be in January, TBD, and that will be gender and racial equity at Lane in 1971. There'll be a culminating event, we hope, in March for Women's History Month, which will be a museum quality exhibit here in the building. And let's see, we also have a teacher grant program going on right now. The deadline for applications is 2 p.m. tomorrow, 3 p.m. tomorrow.
All right.
And it's amazing, even with both programs running simultaneously, applications are brisk and robust, and so it'll be great. We estimate after this cycle, the cumulative amount gifted for this program will be about $310,000. The other thing we're doing this week is student food pantry. We've adopted this project. We really enjoy it. We've been, alumni from all over the country have been purchasing and sending non-perishables to us to deliver. And then Saturday morning, we'll be doing a drive-through. But we think that will supply the food pantry with enough to get through, we hope, spring break. So we'll see. But if you have nothing to do Saturday morning, drive through with some ramen noodles. Let's see. And then the last thing I have is the Fritz Pollard field naming project. So most of you, I see nods. We are in the midst of a student survey to make sure that we get buy-in from the student population. We're hoping that's a thumbs up. And, it has been a bit of a speed bump for us because of the hollowing out of CPS leadership and decision-making. So we're hoping that very soon, like this winter, we'll be able to have our committee for design, fundraising, and have a dedication at home. Any questions about anything?
When do you sleep?
I wish I asked to be all the way out. But we are really busy, we're really excited, we can't wait to come in the building. And we also did 4 reunions, we had 4 reunions, so we created a virtual tour of the building, which is pretty hysterical, we'll have to share it with you sometime. But yeah, we've been very busy and we're looking forward to holiday time.
My 30th reunion is coming up in like 6 months.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of weird, like, odd number reunions, people who have put them off and stuff, and we'll have some weird, I think there's a group who wants to do something in May. So anyway, it'll be great, we're hopeful that the building will be open, people can come in and we can get back to normal, so. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ms. Thompson, I wonder if I could say something.
Sure.
As Michelle said, my name is Herbert. I'm January 67, so I was the last January graduating class out here, 55 years ago. And wouldn't be surprised I turned out to be an engineer. One of the things that I like to plant a seed is, I don't know if anybody remembers, we used to host a professional day where alumni who were professionals used to come in and talk to the students. I did that for a number of years and got tremendous feedback from the kids. So I know it's been gone for a number of years for probably many reasons, but I just like to plant the seed that, seeing as how we're opening up again, that might be something you want to consider. I think it was really good for the students. Thanks.
I think that would be really valuable, especially for kids that always want to like fast track into what they want to study, but then don't really understand what the career is that they're getting themselves into.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's great.
I just wanted to say, thank you to everybody. This is an honor and, it's
Thank you, Judy. Go
next to
home.
my work. Thank you so much.
Michelle, can I ask the food for food bank, is that for lane families or for
It's for students, so, so hard to talk in this. So it is for, students in need and their families, it's non-perishable. It is, largely comprised of the types of foods that don't require power, gas stove, heating anything up. It's grab and go. And it's a project that we really have enthusiastically adopted. That and the coat drive, which we call the snowbank, and we ask the alumni to make deposits in that. So there are a lot of alumni who feel very connected and relate. I've had alumni say, yes, first through 4th period used to be camouflage your growling stomach period. And so they're very, they feel very connected to the initiative and have responded incredibly.
And you work with Ms. Escobar with that?
Mhm.
So they have Ms. Escobar has a place here, so students know that if they need anything, they can go to see her and not have. to
It's
wait.
very discreet.
Yeah.
And handled with dignity and sensitivity, and we're proud to participate in it.
One of the closets in my conference room is the home to the snowbank.
Oh,
Right now,
you got the extras.
I do, but the students utilize it. They, like, things rarely stay on the shelves. And just so you all know, it is definitely a meaningful, and definitely needed part of our school that most people don't think about because free lunch is here,
Right.
but you wouldn't imagine the students that just want to come and grab stuff to take home with them for the day.
Where is it? Because I have students that ask me for food all the time.
Room 212.